do you see hope that there's possibilities to build some of the kind of movements that we've just talked about?
First of all, I would like to say that I'm tired, and I watch all of this, and you know, me and you, that's how we became friends, is that we see each other in all of these hopeless places. And like, one thing that people don't understand is they expect black people to do all of these amazing things when they got dope, they got police to worry about, they're hungry. I feel like America is like a butterfly trapped in an ant mound. There's so much coming at them. But the thing that I am noticing is that we continue to lie to each other. This is about money. This is a capitalistic society. America pays billions, even with Clinton's 1994 crime bill. He gave billions to police force. I think it was 6.2 million to create plans and situations to help, when in actuality a lot of those programs further convicted black people even more, and they hired over 100,000 new police. Like, come on, this is about money. We're not even talking about the for-profit prisons. So as much as we sit here and act like it's we want to do better, America is about capitalism, and black people don't have anybody to help them. It's similar to the cow when it comes to McDonald's. You know, we are actually the product, and we have always been the product since slavery in America, and now it's just turned from being slaves to being convicted. And for the most part, until we really address the real problem, and it's capitalism, and they're not going to let it happen to their children unless they don't have anybody else. But I think the hope aspect to it is this, that black people are really getting tired. And I'm in the streets. So, but the sad thing about that is they're preparing for that too. You know, I was in Baltimore. You know, like the young white man that killed the 2 cops. I mean, they got him without robots and blowing stuff up and shooting people and killing people. It's different for black people. And I think, you know, when we talk about the system and system reform, the system was never for us. So it's not necessarily about reform to me, because the system is working exactly like it was meant to work. We just never knew the mission statement when it came to black people in America, when it comes to law enforcement.
But that's traditionally what we've dealt with, right? And so if we look historically at where we've made change, it's always in how do we hold inherent racism and white supremacy accountable under new rules that are disruptive to the old ones. But so my question to you is, because I don't disagree with you, my question is, where is the disruption in this generation that accepts the reality of everything you said, but creates disruption to that reality and sets up another level of accountability?
Well, really quick, I want to answer another thing as it pertains to even us as black people. Me as a rapper, if I continue to push black fear to white people in America, I get paid more money. You know, when I was lost, before I became conscious and was out here hooping and hollering, portraying certain things, which I actually live, I got paid to do that. That's exactly right. You know, if you become a police officer, you get paid to do that. A lot of us sitting here, we do it because it's in our heart, but I lost money once I became an activist. I was just smart enough to open up a multimedia company and make money in other places. So Jeff, and me saying that, I think the true reform, in my personal opinion, comes into us getting our own communities. Just like little China, little Russia, little all of these places, you know, you never see a little Africa, you know, to an aspect, I mean, to a point where we actually police ourselves and police our own. Because I truthfully believe that even though they have these rules, because they have rules against cause. As a matter of fact, if they would just follow the laws that they put on top of us, if they would convict them the same way they convict black people, then that would be enough. But the truth that we won't admit, especially when it comes to DAs, these policemen and these judges are their friends. They deal with them every day. So even when the laws are in place, while the camera's on, while somebody is dead, and with their hashtag, then people will talk about it. But there are rules in place right now to convict people, just the regular law. But they are friends.
But to David's point, and Tamika, I want you to come in on David's point, is the laws that I see are actually there to protect officers. And so in Mosby's case, you saw charges brought that in many cases I don't think there was evidence to prove, but they weren't even able to be convicted on failure to restrain. And so that speaks to a systemic issue. It also speaks to David's point that when you have laws that allow police officers feeling of threat to justify use of force, then the same law does not apply. Because all I have to do is be afraid of you enough to think that I am in danger, and then it justifies me using any level of force.
And the rest of America, in a lot of cases, is scared of black men too, so they're going to back you up.
Well, and it's what we saw during the crime bill. So let me ask you this question. The question is, despite all of that, and despite all that reality, what then do communities need to begin to do? Because for me, I'm about answers. And so what do we need to begin doing to address the multitude of what David just talked about, whether it's through content, whether it's through engagement, whether it's through legislation? Because even if we elect DAs, state legislatures create laws that give DA room or no room to be able to follow a certain level of rules that actually do not do